Greetings everyone, I'm Mar, and once again this is my opinion. How far would you go for your younger sister? That question is the driving force behind the super objective of today's main character. Beginning publication in 2016, Demon Slayer is a fantasy manga written and illustrated by Koyoharu Gotōge. Set in Japan's Taisho era, the story follows Tanjiro Kamado, a kind-hearted teenage boy who lives with his family in the mountains. The financial provider, Tanjiro trudges down the mountain to sell charcoal at the local village. One day, Tanjiro returns to discover his family has been slaughtered by demons. His younger sister, Nezuko, is the sole survivor, but she has been transformed into a demon by her attacker. Nezuko initially attacks Tanjiro, but relents as her humanity shines through. The siblings encounter Giyu Tomioka, a high-ranking demon slayer. Giyu recruits Tanjiro and sends him off for training, beginning the younger man's journey to cure his sister. Overall, I enjoyed Demon Slayer. Like My Hero Academia and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, it was a Jeff recommendation. Sensing a pattern? Like those two, I was introduced to the main characters via cosplay and con memes. Having watched the first season, I now have context. Nezuko is best little sister, although it's sad we mainly hear her talk pre-transformation. Mainly serious tonally, the timing of the comedic moments was spot on, especially when it occurred between battles. Even if at a character's expense, the jokes served the story. I like the setting, although the mixture of feudal and semi-modern threw me when it comes to time placement. A quick Google search revealed the Taisho era was from 1912 to 1926, the reign just before Showa. With how demons in this world work, part of me wonders how the entire 20th century would play out. The potential for political humor alone. The lead characters are interesting and well-rounded. Tanjiro is likable and reasonable, showing the latter trait from line 1. Given his father passed prior, Tanjiro had to take on greater responsibilities to care for his mother and younger siblings. While a situation like that won't apply to everyone, it's easy for everyone to empathize and relate, especially if you have younger siblings. These emotions grow following the attack and Nezuko's turning as Tanjiro's character is tested. It'd be easy to let a slayer kill Nezuko to release her, but the young man stands his ground, believing her mind is still in there and she can be cured. The former proves correct, causing the audience's backing to increase. We want Tanjiro to succeed and cheer him on through each obstacle, be it slayer training or a spider's web. Cheering would be for naught without Nezuko. The first episode shows Nezuko is likable, a cute younger sister who's there for her family and their happiness. Her best little sister moniker is well earned. Nezuko has a close relationship with Tanjiro, explaining his later dedication to her safety and future. Without this connection and seeing who she was, the audience wouldn't care. If she were unlikable, our emotional connection with Tanjiro would be lessened. It'd still be there, but mainly out of story obligation and partial connection. As the season progresses, Nezuko constantly holds back her demon nature, fighting the urge to feed. Several times she comes close, but overcomes the urges, partially due to hypnosis from Tanjiro's master. For me, it's her true personality overcoming animal instinct. Besides, demons with an absolute black and white label would be boring. Nezuko no longer talks after her transformation, so all her communications are through body language. If this was live action, it'd be a great chance for a pure physical performance a la DiCaprio's Oscar win. Alas, it's up to the animators to bring her fully to life, with the voice actress giving complimenting sounds. Easy on the voice to a point. It wouldn't be a shonen anime without comic relief, and Zenitsu is our man. A coward, Zenitsu is a demon slayer acolyte like Tanjiro. Why did he join if he's more likely to run than slay? He was forced to train against his will to pay off debts. He also has an early obsession with marriage, which connects back to cowardice in his slayer status. While it makes for entertaining theatrical moments, cowardice doesn't define Zenitsu. Underneath that quivering exterior is a trained warrior who simply needs the correct motivation. To further contrast our protagonist, Zenitsu only mastered one Thunder School technique, not for lack of trying. He simply couldn't learn more than one. Despite this, Zenitsu applies his one technique in savant fashion, although this aspect only comes out when he's unconscious. While not quite the same, it reminds me of Count Dooku's use of Makashi. Only one technique, but with a wide range of applications due to the user's skill. While initially frightened, Zenitsu develops a crush on Nezuko. As of season's end, I'm not sure how I feel, but if Zenitsu keeps his creepy marriage obsession in check, it could be an innocent ship. Some of the artwork is cute at least. Noski, the first fighter character I was introduced to, is a brash, brute swordsman. Not falling into any of the known schools, Inosuke is self-taught. Utilizing beast breathing, the pig-headed warrior passes his exam. Like other shonen stories, his initial meeting with Tanjiro and Co. puts them at odds, with Inosuke fighting his fellow slayers. It is combat against a relatively powerful demon that makes them allies and eventual friends, although he still butts heads with Zenitsu on occasion due to their clashing personalities. While skilled, his brash personality and love of battle has gotten him into precarious situations. The battle with Spider Dad comes to mind. This battle's follow-up also highlights his occasional lack of situational awareness when a great battle presents itself, a trait future training should temper. While serious, he's also secondary comic relief, most of the humor arising from his interactions with social norms. He's like Drax with longer blades and a pig head. Wonder if he hates dancing too. Given the title, it should be no surprise that demons are the main antagonists. Nezuko aside, most of the early ones Tanjiro encounters are wonderfully gimmicky, from a female baller to a male who shifts his home using drums. Even Rue's spider family is gimmicky, but with less 80s World Wrestling Federation. His group feel more threatening by comparison. While Rue's origin draws sympathy, it is following in the wake of his family abuse and attempting to steal Nezuko. Like Snape, it makes him well-rounded, but there's a lot to forgive. Like the Half-Blood Prince, I place him into the understandable, but not excusable category. Mouzon wouldn't even make it to the forgiveness question before the rage broke. He is evil personified, creating demons left and right. While not much is revealed about his past, the audience is given enough to understand how great a threat Mouzon is. The demon progenitor is heartless, using his subordinates for his own means and tossing them aside once their usefulness is over. His final scene involves the slaughter of lower-level subordinates. Unlike other demons, Mouzon can blend into a human crowd easily. Tanjiro was caught off guard by his presence during their initial encounter. He also has a human family. Most likely they are a front, but if he genuinely cares for them, he'd be more well-rounded. Design-wise, he reminds me of Michael Jackson, a fact a Google search shows I'm not alone in having. It's the hat and the hair. Thankfully, they don't give him a falsetto voice. That'd be too on the nose for a dub, but could work in an abridged series. While not an absolute, it wouldn't be a proper shonen anime without a unique fighting technique. Usually energy-based, said technique forms the basis for the fights. Demon Slayer's technique is a group of swordsmanship forms called breathing styles. Solely practiced by the Demon Slayer core, each form makes use of precise and concentrated breath patterns to enhance the user's physical capabilities, allowing one to combat demons. While its starting point is like JoJo's Hamon, its ending point is derivative of Naruto's chakra natures, as each style draws from elements in the animal kingdom, sun, water, lightning, insect, to name a few. Like the natures, each swordsman traditionally implements one style, which helps the named character stand out during battle scenes. Nothing new, but executed well enough to feel fresh. The incorporation of breathing adds to the drama during important battles. All it takes is one weak inhalation for a demon to gain the upper hand, even if he or she is vastly weaker. Built-in drama builder. While the Demon Slayer Corps contains dozens of members, only a select few are elite warriors. These are the Hashira. Each master of a different style and second only to the Corps' leader, the Hashira patrol the land, improving their swordsmanship and gathering information about demonic activity. Lower-level demons fear them, with many fleeing on sight for self-preservation. We're introduced to the Hashira in Episode 1, the Corps member who attacks Nezuko. Giyu is the current Water Hashira, but they don't play a major role until the denouement arc. It's there we're introduced to the current lineup, their styles and personalities. A pox on Sanemi for what he does to best little sister. While I'm only loosely familiar with the show, the Hashira and Corps' hierarchy remind me of the Shinigami from Bleach. I think it's the swordsmanship connection. I also get Jedi Order vibes, although it's not as sound. Given the difference in numbers, I think it's easier to kill a Jedi Master than it is a Hashira too. Known for the Fate in Tales of series, Ufotable handled the animation excellently. The art style is like Ufotable's previous works, but doesn't feel copy and paste. Side note, Akira Matsushima was an animation director on 6 episodes. Nice subtle hint of adolescent nostalgia since he worked on 9 episodes of Naruto. I don't remember any moments that felt rushed, although several moments did have computer aid. Seems to be a growing trend in anime. The style remains consistent even during the tonal shifts. While I can't fully comment on how well it emulates the manga, mainly the darker moments, from the few screenshots I've seen it does the source material justice. Yuki Kaijira and Goshina collaborated on the score, having each worked on previous Ufotable projects such as the aforementioned Fate and Tales. Both were natural choices for the series. The melodies feel timeless, but like Inuyasha have a modern fairy tale vibe, balancing terror, melancholy, and hope as the plot unfolds. Occasional background vocals accentuate the latter too and personify the sibling situation. Gorengi by Lisa and From the Edge by Fiction Junction with Lisa are the opening and ending themes respectively. The former is an excellent anime theme. The melody is catchy and engaging, and Lisa's excelling performance harmonizes well. One doesn't even need to speak Japanese to see how well the song matches the show, punctuated by the opening animation. The latter is alright, but doesn't connect with me in the same way. Episode 19 had its own ending theme, Kamado Tanjiro no Yuta by Goshina. While I haven't listened to it on repeat like the opening, it is a good closer, although with how it's presented it feels like a season finale song. If I didn't know there were a handful of episodes left, it might have fooled me. Guess one could consider those the coda. While it might surprise some, I watched the sub version. While normally I prefer to watch dubs for simplicity's sake, I watched the show on Hulu, and at press time the dub hasn't been uploaded and is nearing the end of its Toonami run. Therefore, I cannot comment on the dub actors other than saying the few I've heard via YouTube are fitting. The Japanese cast do well with the material, each fitting his or her character. Demon Slayer is a well-constructed anime. The siblings are likable, the supporting characters intriguing, and the setting unique amongst the shonen sea. While at press time a second season hasn't been greenlit, a movie based on the next arc has. If this is how the remaining story is animated, it would make for a unique viewing experience. Hopefully the season's Blu-ray sales are strong enough to warrant a stateside theatrical release. Even if only shown in small groups, I would make the time and buy my advance ticket.